There we go. I think we got sound now. I think we got sound now. Hey guys, sorry about that. I checked in on the new laptop that I've been waiting on for 3 months. My goodness, over 3 months. And I was told that it should be shipping in the next 2 weeks. So I'm really excited about that because it's time for a new laptop. You should replace your laptop every 3 years at least, if you want a laptop or if you want your machine to keep on trucking along. And about 3 years is the time frame that you should use when you are considering purchasing a new machine. Now, we are here today to talk about this particular case regarding the NFL player Richard Sherman. NFL player Richard Sherman, who has pled guilty to 5 charges. And I'm going to definitely, you know, um, let you guys know what's going on. I'm going to play this video real quick because this video has a lot to do with the case, and it's nuts, and but let's just say this. Richard Sherman repeatedly and violently threw his body into his father-in-law's door while making menacing comments towards the man, and the alarming scene was all captured on video. The footage appears to show 33-year-old NFL star, the 33-year-old NFL star, walking up to Raymond Moss's porch in Redmond, Washington on Wednesday morning before becoming completely unglued. Sherman could not get into the home. He shoved the door with his hands and then crashed into it with every fiber of his 6'3", 194-pound frame. When that didn't work, Sherman stood in front of the door and appeared to challenge Moss to come outside and confront him. "Come through, bitch." This is a quote, by the way. This is a quote. Sherman said, before repeating, "Come through," over and over and over again. Moss appeared to try to talk to Sherman from behind the locked door, but Richard responded, "I don't give a fuck about what you're saying. Open the door." "That shit cute from behind the door," Sherman continued. "Come through. That shit's real cute." It looks like Sherman then attempted once more to get into the home, and when the door still wouldn't open, he shoved it violently several more times before walking away. As has been reported, cops arrested Sherman and booked him on a domestic violence burglary charge. These are misdemeanors, by the way. He went on to spend all day Wednesday and most of the day Thursday behind bars before a judge released him without bail late Thursday afternoon. Sherman is due back in court on Friday. That was yesterday, where he could be hit with multiple criminal charges stemming from the incident, including DUI and resisting arrest. So it's just kind of interesting that he's battling with a door, and his entire NFL career may be on the line. Check out this footage, guys. Hey, babe, I'll get y'all in the chat here in a sec.
Come through.
Okay, so you want to know what I think? Really? Really? No, I actually agree with Slasher here, to be honest. I'll be completely honest. Hey, Truth Seeker, what's up, Janet? You're still in the hospital? I really, really hope you get well soon, babe. Hey, TRG. Hey, Shannon, what's up? Nah, keep driving, babe. I know it's hot. Hey, Centel. Hey, Natalie. I need a front door like that. Yeah. Slasher says, stop saying it like he's a criminal. He's a family guy. Everyone makes mistakes. But when it's a celebrity, they do one thing wrong and it's the end of their life. Everyone is human. And I agree with that. We okay, so he banged on a door. He went back and forth with the door. Like he didn't harm anyone. I'm trying to understand why this is a big deal. I really, really am. He has pled guilty or I'm sorry, pled not guilty. He has pled not guilty to 5 charges and says he is remorseful for his actions. He's currently a free agent. And he said Friday he is deeply remorseful for his actions, where he pled not guilty. Now, according to documents filed by the King County Prosecutor's Office, okay, they tried to escalate the charges on him. Now they've charged him with criminal trespass, which is a second degree, and then malicious mischief in the third degree, along with resisting arrest, driving while under the influence, and reckless endangerment of roadway workers. What? The charges are all misdemeanors, punishable by up to 90 days in jail. Typically, down here in Texas, our misdemeanors, you could do 1 year, up to 1 year in jail. 6 months or 1 year, one of the two. But in Washington, it's 90 days. Gross misdemeanors are punishable by up to 1 year, but these particular charges are punishable up to 90 days. Sherman appeared with his wife, Ashley, at his arraignment before King County District Judge Lisa Paglasati in Seattle. His next scheduled court date is a pretrial hearing on August the 13th. And they've even put conditions of his release, including avoiding any contact with his father-in-law, Raymond Moss. This was the statement that Sherman posted and released via Twitter. Quote, I am deeply remorseful for my actions on Tuesday night. I behaved in a manner I'm not proud of. I have been dealing with some personal challenges over the last several months, but that is not an excuse for how I acted. The importance of mental and emotional health is extremely real, and I vow to get the help I need. I appreciate all of the people who have reached out in support of me and my family, including our community here in Seattle. I am grateful to have such an amazing wife, family, and support system to lean on during this time. Now, Sherman, when he got arrested, he apparently, this is what the police say. I always say this is what the police say. They say he crashed his car into a construction zone along a busy highway east of Seattle and then tried to break into his in law's home in the suburb of Redmond, Washington. That's what they say. Moss told officers that he armed himself with a handgun and fired pepper spray as Sherman tried to bust in the door with his shoulder. The door never opened, so the man never had to fire pepper spray or a bullet out of that gun. And listen to the rest of this. Just listen to this. And I can understand why some people would feel a certain kind of way because it almost seems like, you know, we all know that cancel culture is huge. And they're definitely going to try to cancel him. No question. But I mean, have we all not made mistakes in life? He didn't harm anyone. He didn't put his hands on anyone. It was a door. You guys are gonna. I mean, seriously, are you seriously sitting around tables talking about this man's future because he got upset one night and battled with a wooden door? And some of this stuff that's out there, I really don't even really want to read it because at the end of the day, it was a door. Okay. Oh, his wife called 911 on him. Well, here's how I feel about that. Hey, from Arkansas. Hey, Renetta. Welcome. I need a front door like that. Yeah. But we can't put ourselves in situations where we can lose our careers. We make mistakes, but with the status, they will drain him. You're right. You're right. So his wife called 911 on him. Hold on. So there's more. Hold on a second. I'm looking. As we previously reported, cops ended up arresting Sherman and booking him on a domestic violence burglary charge. He went to spend all day Wednesday and most of the day Thursday behind bars. Is there is there an actual domestic violence situation going on here? Let me do a quick search. 'Cause I heard somebody playing some 911 call. Oh, here we go. Found it. Found it. Let me bring this up really quickly. Okay. So in 911 calls before Richard Sherman's arrest, his wife said Sherman was threatening suicide. That's really sad. Obviously he was dealing with some issues for real, for real. So the 911 tapes obtained by CNN detail the conversations between 911 operators and those close to Sherman who said that he was intoxicated and suicidal. The facts involved in this case allege that law enforcement were dispatched to Mr. Sherman's home in response to suicidal threats by Mr. Sherman. He showed up at his in-laws' home and got into a verbal argument. Um, okay, okay. I'm just, but did he strike his wife, guys? Do you know? Did he, let's see here. The initial 911 call came from a woman who identified herself as Ashley Sherman, Richard's wife. She said Sherman was drunk and belligerent at their house and had consumed 2 bottles of liquor. He's being aggressive. He's wrestling with my uncle. He's threatening to kill himself. He sent text messages saying he's going to hang himself. Maple Valley, Washington, by the way, is a beautiful, beautiful little town. I've been there. It's beautiful in Maple Valley. She also added that he was unarmed. Please don't shoot, is what I'm asking, she said to the operator. He has no weapons. As she was on the phone with the operator, she said Sherman was attempting to leave in a vehicle. Let me see if I can find this 911 call. My goodness. Let me see if I can find this 911 call so we can listen to it. All right, here we go. Give me a second. Share this out. Oh, yeah. I see every news agency in Washington State has had something to say about this, huh? I see. Here, let me share this out to you guys.
Yeah.
It was so shocking to hear that he'd been arrested. Something about domestic burglary. Nothing is what you would ever believe about Richard Sherman. And apparently, he's out now because he was arrested. This is a footage from one of those like doorbell or security cam. There he is. Police say at his father-in-law's residence. He's demanding that he come out. We don't know what this is about, but his wife had called 911, Shannon, and she was saying, listen, I want you to help my husband. He's not armed. Again, here we got the desperate decision. Black woman trying to save her man here who's having some sort of an episode, we'll call it, because we don't know what else is going on, but she does reference drinking in the call. But let's listen to the call and take note of this 911 dispatcher, please.
Ooh.
He's being aggressive. He has sent text message. I took the keys out. They're in your car. He's trying to leave now in the house. He's being aggressive. He's wrestling with my uncle. He's threatening to kill himself. He has sent text messages to people saying he's going to hang himself. He's saying that if the police show up, so please don't shoot is what I'm asking.
Okay, wait. Say that again.
He has no weapon.
He says if the police show up,
he
what?
said if the police show up, that he'll try to fight them. So they need to understand that he is.
Okay. Has it been physical with anybody there? You said he's trying to fight your uncle?
Yes, it has. Yes, it has.
How has it been physical?
He just tried to fight him.
Okay, trying to fight somebody and actually being physical is two different things. How has it been physical?
He's pulling. It's a 2016 black Mercedes. Richard, please stop. Richard, please stop. Please stop.
I know that's a horrific call. We didn't capture the full essence of the 911 operator. Hopefully, we can get some more of that cut at some point because I do want to share it with people. They've got a specific job to do. They've got to get the information. It's not an easy job when people are in crisis, but this woman was just dismissive and just
rude as hell.
I don't want to color it. I want people at home. I want people at home for themselves. But it's very painful because the judge, when he let him out, because he was held just because that's the standard when there's any kind of a domestic that could rise to a felony, I believe, in that county. The judge said, look, he's a pillar in the community, a husband, a father, a business owner, and we're going to let him out, on his own recognizance. So,
Right.
I wonder what you think and what you make of all of it, because again, he's not just a superstar on the field. He's Players Association rep. He's all that.
Yeah, and he, like you said, a pillar in the community. He's known for giving back and for trying to help other people and his nonprofits and different things that he's doing. I think this is an unfortunate situation that he's going through. And some people would even say that they've seen tendencies of anger before in him. I remember, I think it was like 7 years ago when he had that interview with Aaron Andrews on the field. And he was like yelling about another player. He's like, don't come at me, Crabtree, I believe it was. And he was yelling at him and people were like, where did that come from? Why was he going off? Why was he so angry? And it became a big deal. And so we were seeing some of that. And just his force trying to break down that door. I'm sure they were terrified, but behind that door, just seeing how he was trying to force his way in, it's just sad. I'm thankful that nothing else happened, that he was not hurt, no one else was hurt in this situation, because it could have gone ugly very quickly. And for that 911 caller, from the dispatcher, from what we heard, being so technical, well, was it an altercation? Was it fighting? Did they fight? Like, woman, just get somebody here. How about that? Help us. We're trying to get the help that he needs. You see, we're scared. We're concerned. Their job is, yes, to help people, but they're also to help people keep calm. And, you hear them in other emergency situations when they're saying, it'll be okay. We're sending help. They're talking them through the situation. They need more training in this one. More training.
Yeah, she does, because, and like what you didn't hear is like she went on like to stop, she was just very, I'm not gonna say rude. It was just off.
She was rude.
You heard, she was right. And you heard this frantic wife at no time until the close to the end did she advise the wife that they're on the way.
Mhm.
So the wife is like, please, please, like you can clearly understand that she wants to know that they're on the way because he's leaving the property. The wife goes on to say, I closed the gate. Like however she did, she shut it down. They live in a gated community so that she thought he couldn't escape. But Richard Sherman got out of there anyway, some kind of way. Okay. He was clearly determined. So yeah, I hope he gets help too. I don't know. I vaguely remember the Aaron Andrews interview. I don't even know if it was football's angry. Football, you hit people like a car crash every single day. Football's angry. And maybe Aaron Andrews, her questions made him angry too. I mean, I'll stop. I'll stop about Aaron Andrews because I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. Okay, but might make me angry.
You know what? Shout out to, these various news anchors that they don't just necessarily go with like the I can really appreciate, especially the lady there, her commentary on the whole thing, honestly. Because let's keep it a stack here. He did not appear to have actually struck an individual, but yet, hey, Denise, but yet here he is with like 5 charges. They're all misdemeanor. There's no felony charges here. And, my concern is his mental health. And something that Centel brought up is that is a real thing. These football players, they're running up and down that field, and they're hitting each other. They're hitting each other head first with those helmets on. And there's, something called CTE. And sometimes, and here's the thing about CTE. You don't know if someone has it until they're dead because you have to find it on the autopsy. People's brains that have CTE, their brains, they look a lot different than the brain of someone who didn't have a career in football. When you get a chance, do a little research on CTE. Matter of fact, go watch that special on Netflix regarding Aaron Hernandez. He had CTE. He was a young man. He murdered some people. And he also had CTE. So keep that in mind. But that was a door that he was, running into. So, I really, really hope that Richard Sherman is not canceled and doesn't get wrapped up in all this cancel culture. And I hope that his team will embrace him because this is a time where he needs them. He doesn't need to be thrown away like garbage. He needs them right now. He's having some emotional, personal issues going on. And just like any one of us can have personal and emotional issues happen in our life. Now, last night I did a video on Biz Markie, who passed away at the age of 57 due to complications of diabetes. It appears that my video was blocked on copyright grounds because if you play the song Just a Friend, they block your video, which is absolutely, let me tell you, and I'm done with this, and I'm going to say something here, and then I'm going to end the video, but I think it's really dumb. It's really dumb to, like, take people's videos down if they play a music video or a song of yours. That's just my personal opinion. Now, there are always times where people, may want to bring a video down for whatever reason because there's something, there's some contractual something or other behind that or whatever the case may be. But, really at the end of the day, you're really helping people. You're helping that person at the end of the day. You're exposing however many people are in your audience to these, this song or this new artist. Yes, absolutely right, Leaky. CTE is just like Alzheimer's disease. Yes, yes. And there's also discussion about that, that you can be violent as well with CTE. People don't understand that when the brain is damaged in certain parts, in certain portions of the brain, it will actually change your behavior as a person. People that get frontal damage in their frontal lobes, they are known to have, serious violent episodes and things like that. There's some people, different lobes that are damaged has a different effect. But you're absolutely right. Shout out to Shannon, so real. Much love. But yeah, I really hope that people have some love and compassion in regards to the situation. By the way, I wanted to give a shout out to Stop Lying TV. I got your message. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. I support you. I appreciate it. And, that's all I can say. Um, I really appreciate the content creators out here that if you ask them, they'll do whatever, if there's an issue, they address it, basically, is what I'm saying. And I just wanted to say thank you, Stop Lying TV. Definitely make sure you go over and you subscribe to Stop Lying TV. I don't have really anything else to say on this. I may be back a little later today to have a Screwed and Chopped with you guys, but I've got a couple more actual videos with real content that I've got to push out today. So don't be surprised if you see me go live a few times. What else? I want to thank you guys. Thank my supporters. Appreciate you guys a lot. I may or may not address something later on today. How about that? Hey, Natalie. Screwed and Chopped. That's it. That's why my dad didn't want any of his kids to play football. He didn't give a damn how no one felt. That CTE is real. It is real. I mean, even the brain looks differently on an MRI and a CAT scan. I kid you not. It's really serious. And the unfortunate thing is you don't know people even really have CT until they're dead. And you take their brain out and then you look at that brain and microscopically study that brain. Could you imagine being hit in the head multiple times? Even now, people say, like, if you get a head injury, or if something happens, say you're in a car wreck and you hit your head in any kind of way, that there is danger of you possibly getting a tumor, a brain tumor, from a hard hit to the head. Doctors don't exactly know how brain tumors grow or where they come from. Now, I'm not talking about ones that metastasize. I'm talking about ones like meningiomas that just you have a seizure one day, you go to the hospital, you find, they get a scan and you find out that you've got a whole brain tumor on your brain. Doctors don't know how those tumors are even, created or formed, but they believe, that it could have something to do with like a head injury. So that's the other thing that, people need to look out for as far as players in the NFL, because they're just, running into each other and they're wearing those heavy duty helmets, and any hits to the head can be really, really serious. Oh my gosh, Chris Benoit. Do you know that was one of the first cases I covered in one of my very first YouTube channels. I'll never forget that. Because see, that was back in the days when you had to upload. You didn't go live. When I tell you that going live is absolutely cut out hours and hours of editing, editing time that I used to have to spend trying to edit stuff. But yes, Chris Benoit killed his family as well, and then killed himself. And he had a beautiful family, but he killed his whole family. And yeah, CTE is serious, guys. CTE is really, really serious. And maybe we should talk more about that one day. But yeah, that's it. Again, I may be online later for a Screwed and Chopped to address, whatever. There's been a lot of stuff going on the last couple of days, and Sir King had another interesting live last night. Oh my. Did you guys see it? Go to Tofu Alley. Tofu Alley. It's spelled like this. And go watch last night's video. Even the one the night before. Very interesting. And if anyone had any thoughts that that particular individual would be coming back with any kind of act right, no, that's just not the case at all. Hey, TRT, that's just not the case at all. So I mean, I'm not going to discuss it anymore at this point. I know there's, someone sitting over there saying that Lee Q is obsessed with a West Bank twerker, but that couldn't be more further from the truth. He's obsessed with me. Matter of fact, I'm sitting over here doing a live, and how much y'all want to bet that he's over there all up dropping comments and all up over there, but I'm not. But I'm obsessed, right? Okay. There will be some, by the way, I'm going to make this announcement as well. Well, maybe I should just wait till I'm in my Screwed and Chopped, right? Maybe I should just wait. I'll just wait. I'll wait. All right, guys, until next time, just please just know that this could be anyone. Richard Sherman could be, your brother, your father, your uncle, and just keep those things in mind. CTE, keep all of those things in mind. But I tell you this, if there's any state that would look out from that perspective, Washington State is the one. Thank you, guys. Until next time.